Hello, 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 hello. It's your boy Mike. Honestly, I haven't done a video in a while. I really have. I haven't done a video. I do the DM podcast, so make sure you guys listen to those. Every Monday we try to release it. We record it on Sundays, we release it on Mondays, the DM podcast. Make sure you guys tune in, listen to it. I just want to talk. I just feel like I have a lot of things on my mind. I'm probably gonna do a Raptors video because, of course, I'm from Toronto, so I gotta talk some Raptors, and I'm gonna do it probably either tomorrow, another day. But I got to eventually talk about the Raptors, their season in review. I know it's been like a month or two, not really in review, just overall the Raptors season was trash to me. Overall, the Raptors season was just trash, but we'll get there. As you can see in the title of the video, I'm not liking a couple things. And these are some of the things I don't like. This NBA free agency, we wanted to see where Paul George was going. We wanted to see where Klay Thompson was going. We kind of knew that they weren't going to stay with their teams because of the way the teams were so fearful of that second apron. That second apron has literally terrified teams that they're not signing guys for like 4 year maxes. They're like, if you're under 30, we'll get you. If you're over 30, we're not giving you the bag. So a lot of guys missed out on a lot of bags because they wanted to stay with their team, and the team didn't want to stick with them. So that's his own issue. I had a few guys or a few teams, I should say, I want to talk about. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The Denver Nuggets. I don't like what they've done. I don't like their offseason. I don't like their moves. I'm gonna just go through some of the things. Let's first talk about the fact last year, of course, you couldn't afford him. You had to let Bruce Brown go. We can both agree that you had to let him go. It's fine that you let him go. It's something that you had to do. This year, you let go of KCP. I'm actually a pretty big KCP, not like when I say big KCP fan. I'm more of a person who appreciates and understands his role. Like I get it. He's needed. If you don't think KCP is needed, like you're crazy. KCP is incredibly needed. Um, and I don't think the Denver Nuggets got any better. I quite frankly think they got worse. There is reports that they're thinking of getting Russell Westbrook. That's fine. Whatever the heck. I like Russell Westbrook, but I don't know what it's going to do for them currently. I don't know what it's going to do for them currently. But KCP, there's certain players in this league who I think are perfect players, and I mean perfect in the sense like they're not star players, but they're perfect in their role. They're consistent in their role, and I'm willing to pay them so they can stay on a team. A player like KCP is one of the reasons why I think the Lakers haven't done anything since the bubble because you need a 3-and-D wing who can guard another team's best player, who can be consistent throughout the course of a game, throughout the course of a playoff series. You're not going to be afraid. And that's what they had in KCP. The Lakers, KCP was like the third best player when the Lakers won the bubble title. Now, of course, Aaron Gordon was pretty good in the Denver's championship. So was Michael Porter Jr. But KCP was really good in that Denver series. Like I said, you know, they had Bruce Brown. He was good for them. They thought Christian Braun and Watkins? I'm gonna quickly get his name. Watson was gonna all be really good. They really thought Zeke and Najee was gonna be because they know they signed him to a pretty good contract in the offseason. So all those things, yeah, he signed a 4 year, $32 million contract last year. So I'm pretty sure they expected him to play him some minutes, but you couldn't keep KCP. So I don't know what Denver's doing. I'm not really a fan of their moves. Your starting unit now is going to be Jamal Christian Braun because you think he's going to do what KCP did, and I don't think he's gonna. I don't think so. I know Calvin Booth, their GM, felt it that way that he was gonna you know, everything KCP did. Christian Braun's gonna do right after that. Anthony Edwards is going to demolish anyone. So even when KCP was on him defensively, he Anthony Edwards is a top 8 guy in some people's list. Like he's gonna do what he has to do. Christian Braun ain't stopping him either. I'm just saying that. Having Christian Braun with a Jamal Murray who sometimes gets hurt, with a Michael Porter Jr., like this team, I get it's way expensive, but you look at their backups and things like that, like they don't got a bench again. At least you could put Christian Braun in the bench with a Payne Watson. Maybe Zeke Naji, comes back and be much better in the season. But you're really predicting Julian Strother to be better. He's an inconsistent shooter. He had one good year in college where he was shooting well. I just don't know what we're expecting from him. Um, yeah, I'm not a fan of this Denver. I'm even gonna look. I just randomly want to look at the game seven of Denver. We had Jokic played all game. You only played Reggie Jackson, Christian Braun, and is it Justin Holiday? It was Justin, yeah, Justin Holiday. Well, guess what? You don't have Reggie Jackson because you traded him too. So you traded your bench, and Ben Watson didn't play, and you know, so now you're hoping that all these things are going to happen for you, and it's going to be better. But I don't like the moves. I think Denver arguably has gone worse. I know many people, including myself, believe in a Jokic, and he just won the MVP. So you can only believe in a Jokic to lead this team and make this team better, and for us to talk about all the guys that they have and believe that they're going to be good. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I'm not a big fan of Denver. For some reason, this team can still beat the Lakers, but there's not a lot of teams that can honestly beat the Lakers. And even the Lakers have their own flaw, and we'll get to the Lakers flaw right after we talk about this. But Denver, I don't know. I think losing KCP is huge, and I could be overdoing it, overselling it. You can tell me if I am. I think losing KCP is huge. It's big. You just don't lose the production. In the league, guys who guarded the best wing, he was top five in guarding the best player's wing, top five in the league, which had guys like OG Anunoby, Herb Jones on. Like I said, I think Edwards is going to do his thing regardless. He's going to one of the best offensive players we have in the league. Having a KCP was helping you was helping you. So Denver only got worse. I get that you didn't want to. I don't know. I didn't think the deal was that crazy. Now Orlando has them, and I'm pretty sure Orlando's gonna be much better having a KCP, a guy who just knows what they're doing. And I think it goes a long way when you have a player who knows what they're doing. Like I can't I can't even go more further than that. Like when you have a guy who knows what they're doing, it just helps. Um, let's see. Yeah, 3 year, 66 mil. Come on, guys. You could have done that. I think you almost could have done something for him. Um, you think get paid 22 mil a year. Borderline, I think it's worth it. I think you should have looked at someone to take a Michael Porter Jr.'s contract. Maybe you got to trade a first rounder with a Michael Porter Jr. and just go into Detroit's cap space. He's someone that I would have traded. You have your hierarchy, you have your guys. Aaron Gordon became such a better player throughout the playoffs, and he was one of your better players. So, and I get that. But if I go Denver championship season, I'm pretty sure KCP, I don't know, I'm going to assume he was probably the fourth because in that lineup, he's probably the fourth option. Let's go basketball reference. I'm going to do a quick basketball reference on them. Yeah, overall, I wasn't a fan of the move. Like their championship roster was pretty good per game. Yeah, KCP. Am I losing myself right now? Hold on, hold on. And Denver Nuggets are not deep. They're not deep at all. So it's kind of shitty what they did. I'm gonna go playoffs. I just want playoffs. It's not showing me playoffs right now. Advanced stats, first of all, advanced. It definitely made KCP much better. His yeah. Oh, I got it now. Playoffs totals. So playoff totals, you know, they done almost average the same amount. Aaron Gordon and KCP both almost average the same amount. KCP was a 40%, 38% 3-point shooter, shot the same type of the rebounds, of course, Aaron Gordon's going to do because of his position, things like that. But the steals, the assist, things like that. KCP and Aaron Gordon both did. I just think what they bring to you is just so needed, and I truly believe KCP is just like that extra guy that you need. I'm not gonna go dwell. I can't go 50 minutes on KCP. I just think Denver overall as an organization need to reevaluate themselves. I think sometimes when teams win the title, they stop kind of focusing, which leads me to the next team, the Milwaukee Bucks. What are you doing? I just seen that you signed Torian Prince. Okay. Once again, I don't know what you're doing. I do think Giannis is gonna have a great season next year. I'm already thinking Giannis is gonna go crazy. Just because there's a lot of Embiid talk, Shea talk, Jason Tatum talk. I sometimes still have to believe that Giannis is still the most dominant player in the league. If you're the most dominant player in the league, how are you not the best player in the league? When Steph was the best player in the league, he was, dominant. So was LeBron. So was Kevin Durant. I will say this: I did like the DeLon Wright pickup. So I will say they did do well there. I think more on the margins is to see. I think I argued with this before with some people and said Milwaukee can't do a lot because they got Dame. Like they're the ones who got Dame last year. But maybe I want to see something different. Maybe I was asking a little too much from Milwaukee, but maybe I should also be more realistic in what I'm thinking and that Milwaukee can't do too much because they already got Dame. Maybe their biggest thing is getting healthy, and kind of seeing where they can go from there. But you still have Giannis, and everyone just has to be healthy. You're hoping going into this season, we see a healthier Dame. We see just an overall better performance. The way that their depth chart is, the Milwaukee Bucks are still pretty good. Dame, if Cash Money Chris, I Boston Celtics won the title, but if Cash Money Chris is like that playoff series, Chris, and not this past playoff. I mean, this good playoff series, Chris. Yeah, this is the best team in the league. This is the best team. This is a better team than Boston, just because of Giannis being that much better, and Chris Middleton can go shot for shot with some players. I know some people don't want to admit it. I'm telling you, he can. He can. You don't have to like it. It's just true. You still got Bobby Portis off the bench, Pat Connaughton, DeLon Wright coming in. Um, Marshawn Beauchamp should hopefully have a better. I think it should be his third year. Should be his third year, I believe, going into it. If not, he should still have a pretty good. Yeah, it's going into his third year, so you're hoping it's a little bit better. But yeah, I just think I wanted to maybe for them to sign some vet mins, some better veteran minimums. But once again, that second apron is killing people. You can't pay all these people. I know they were thinking of shopping Brooke Lopez. Brooke Lopez is still one of the best, like shot blocking centers. His offensive game, some of y'all don't even know. This guy was really good offensively back in the day. He doesn't show that anymore. Bobby Portis is the sixth man of the year, like every single year, the way he plays offensively. And he has that intensity that a lot of teams would like. Let's wait and see. They put Torian Prince already as a starter. Maybe he will be. Maybe he's a person that can guard your best player on the other squad until Giannis decides to do it. Maybe that can happen. But this team offensively is still very good. We just have to wait and see defensively what they're going to do. Doc Rivers knows how to win regular season games. We have to see in the playoffs. But I think I want a little bit more from the Bucks. The team behind me, the Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers. I don't care. They could have done more. And not even just do more. It's like, what are we doing? Wake the hell up. Are we getting DeMar? Is DeMar still looking for it? Heck, Gary Trent Jr. from the Raptors still has not been signed yet. Let me look at my phone. Nope, still has not been signed yet. What are we doing? Something needs to happen. Something needs to come from this. What's happening? You know, tell Gary we'll give him a 1 year, $15 million. Well, right now they're above the second apron, so it has to be a sign and trade. So you gotta trade. If you get Demar, you gotta trade probably a Gabe Vincent, maybe a Hachimura, a D'Angelo Russell, one of those guys, a Vanderbilt. You need to trade someone to make the sign and trade work, and I get that. But a lot of people are complaining what the Lakers are doing, and I just have to agree, like, be more aggressive. I'm sorry. There's OKC. You see what they're doing. Heck, I don't like what Golden State did. I think loyalty, and I'll get to loyalty soon. I think loyalty has meant nothing sometimes in this league. I know Clay hasn't been the greatest, but I'm all for loyalty. A guy's been with you, won 4 titles with you, you do your thing. But all these other teams have gone like random guys. The Golden State Warriors got Kyle Anderson, got DeAnthony Melton. These guys are just gonna help around the margins. The Lakers tried to do that last year. These guys did not help. I think the Lakers are a pretty good team. I still think, and I saw Kendrick Perkins say something, and I have to agree. If I go for a 7 game series, I still may go LeBron and AD against the OKC Thunder, against the Minnesota Timberwolves, Dallas Mavericks. If Clay's not Clay Thompson, I don't know about that. But I can still see it because I still believe Anthony Davis is really good and LeBron is still very good. And if everyone just works around them, but it's LeBron is still not 2018 LeBron. He's 2024 LeBron, okay? He's 40 plus in his 21st year. He needs a little bit more help. I'm hoping to get a DeMar DeRozan. That would help him a lot offensively. It would help him a lot in the regular season, playoff time. We have to wait and see, especially because he doesn't shoot threes at a high clip. But I really wish, they offered 4 year, 80 mil to Klay Thompson. He didn't take it. Don't know what happened there, but he did not take it. I wish he did. I wish you were able to get him. JV decided to stay with Washington. So clearly there's something going on in the Lakerland. I think they're trying. I should say maybe they are trying, but no one wants to go there. But there's clearly an issue there. There's clearly some conversation that needs to happen. Because why did JV not go? Because I think JV would have been a really good center to have beside Anthony Davis. If he's starting, if he's coming off the bench, even better. A guy like JV playing 15, 20 minutes a game, you can funnel the offense through him because offensively, he's actually still pretty good. If you had a Klay Thompson, if you had a DeMar, it would have been just better, but they really can't get anyone. I think DeMar is still going to go there, but there's multiple reports. I just read a report that DeMar may go to freaking San Antonio again. They didn't even get Chris Paul. Like they gotta win somewhere. And everyone's like, well, just wait and see. The Lakers may do a signing trade here and there. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping something happens, but I'm not impressed with Lakerland. Just not. I think Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss need to do more. Guys don't want to sign. There has to be a reason why. Yes, LeBron signed his 2 year contract. Either he's gonna, you know, come off the contract this year after playing this season, come off it, and then he'll either sign another 2 year for his final contract, or he's gonna say, "This is it. Next year's my final year," which I feel like that's gonna be the case. I kind of know. I do think he may sign the next 2 years. I think he wants to go 23 years in the league, which is crazy if you think about it. I personally think this is gonna be LeBron's last really good year. I think this is his last All NBA year. If he goes the fall, I think eventually he has to get older, and maybe you want to rest him and not play him 65 games. So I think that's what's gonna happen. That LeBron is not a part of an All NBA squad. He's still an All NBA type player. I think LeBron James is still a top 5 player in this league because of his impact overall, but the team is not good. The team overall is not good. D'Angelo Russell, as I do like him as a player, is not your third option on this specific team. If LeBron was 2018, 2017 LeBron, D'Angelo Russell could be your third best player because Anthony Davis would be an amazing second best player, but he's not. If this team's going to play around, Anthony Davis, that's not the case. But if you brought a DeMar DeRozan, LeBron could just, I think, especially in the regular season, LeBron can easily average a 20, 10, and 10 with having a DeMar and Anthony Davis. You run the offense through them. Playoff times, you can have Austin Reeves, DeMar, play your wings, play good defense, and, let's see what can happen here, depending on matchups. But yeah, it's just Lakerland. I'm hope that I can shut up about this and Lakers do something. But I will say overall, not a fan yet. Just haven't been a fan with certain moves from certain teams. Now the concept of loyalty. I'm from Toronto. We were not loyal to DeMar. We weren't. Still bothers me that we were not loyal. We get it. We won a title with Kawhi. It is what it is. You leave it as it is. You're happy that you won the title. I was ecstatic that we won the title. Cannot complain about the title. Um, But it did suck trading DeMar, someone who wanted to be a Raptor for life, all those things. And it sucks when you don't have loyalty, which leads me to Klay Thompson. Gave you four titles, was the second best player, or then the third when KD came. And he's just been Klay Thompson for so long. And then you just said, well, we don't want to give you the max or extension or the years that you want to get. Now, I understand it's a business and you have to do what's best for your squad and your business. The one thing I give to the Lakers that not a lot of teams do, they'll pay their vets. Kobe Bryant did not deserve that last contract. You can make an argument that LeBron barely deserves his last contract because he's older, but he was willing to take a pay cut. I think Kobe probably was as well. Even so, these guys are older. They do not deserve the contracts. But one thing Lakers do is that if you're a veteran and you play with the Lakers, they treat you well. And that's what needs to happen. I'm hearing reports that Jimmy Butler and Pat Riley may not end well. Jimmy Butler may leave after the offseason. They don't want to give him the contract extension. They probably don't like certain things that he does. He brought you to three NBA finals. I get you think you're Miami, but you're almost getting a little too overly confident. Sometimes it's okay to be loyal. Other players see it. Other guys will see it and be like, you know what? I like the way how they're loyal. People love the Raptors because their development system, what they did for a Fred, what they did for a Pascal, what they did for an OG and Norm. Young players wanted to go to Toronto, but now that stigma's not the same. People don't see that sense of loyalty when you lost DeMar, you lost Pascal because you weren't loyal. And when you're not loyal, it's gonna suck. So a team like Golden State, you don't want to be loyal. Trust me, people don't look at you wrong way. You're damn sure never gonna trade Steph, but you should have done right by Klay. You should have done right by Klay. You paid Jordan Poole. Luckily, you were so lucky to trade that contract. You were incredibly lucky to trade that contract. To get the Chris Paul contract just to waive it, and then you paid Andrew Wiggins, which I think at the time was a good deal. He was like the second best player on the squad with like a Klay Thompson, but Klay was Klay, man. Klay helped you out. So how are you gonna not be loyal to Klay? He generally helped you out this whole time. Like how you do that to Klay? I don't agree with that. I don't agree with yeah, Klay Thompson wasn't the Klay Thompson of old. I'll give you that. Klay Thompson was not the Klay Thompson of old. He wasn't, but still shot 40% on high volume. And then you were still growing a Kaminga and a Wiggins and trying to get Wiggins confidence, Wiggins going back and forth, Draymond Green and his antics. Now I can say, I get it. I don't think Klay, his attitude and his maturity, all that stuff was that great. I don't think so. I don't think I don't think he ended well as well. I don't think so. I think there's a little bit of obviously conflict throughout, and that was obviously an issue with them. But I would say like I'm still gonna be loyal to you because you paid Draymond for your 100 mil. You could have played, Klay an additional four. I get you try to agree like Klay, can we do a 4 year 90 mil? Heck, I'll do a 4 year 100 mil for Klay. Why not? Everything he's done for you, Steph is not getting worse. Eventually, you're gonna have to pay Kuminga. With Wiggins, you may have to attach a Moody in a trade or like I forgot his name, last name Robinson Earl. You have to do something along those lines. Maybe include a Looney. Could have done something. Wiggins, not a perfect fit, but I think loyalty is missing here. I know the second apron once again is scaring teams, but it's making it the end all be all, and that just can't happen. I thought I read something for a deal, but no. The one thing that doesn't make sense, they talked about this. What's his name? Buddy Hield trade, like a sign and trade, like a five. I just read a 5 team trade, but I don't know. But I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It's not done yet. Unless it's happening, I just missed something. I don't see what's going on. I don't see what's going on. And the Clippers, I'm not going to dive into what they've done. I don't want you guys to be successful anymore. I don't. I like Klay. I love Norm. Please trade Norm. Trade Norm somewhere else. I don't want Norm to be on this team. The recent move you made, the recent one, we all know what I'm talking about. Why'd you do that? And then we was rumors that you're interested in another guy who's in that same boat. I'm confused. I still don't get why you did the last one. Why'd you do the last one again? Like, I don't get it. Do you owe someone something? Did you like, did that make any sense? I don't know. I don't know. Did it make sense? Well, I'm gonna talk Raptors this week. I'm gonna probably, I love talking ball. I can chat about ball like 24/7 every day. It doesn't really matter. I should probably do more of these podcasts where I just share my thoughts about something I dislike, doesn't really matter. It's like clearing the air of what I think about before I go to bed. Yeah, loyalty doesn't exist in the NBA, and I don't like what the Lakers, Denver, Milwaukee has done. So, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll talk again. Peace out. Don't forget the DM podcast as well. Peace.